serve and the third serve. And this saying in Jamaica, for good food waste, let belly bust. And so they'd overheat and then they're uncomfortable and then they lie down and sleep. Yeah. So we, at times when I learned about the portion, when I learned about the portion that we are to eat, sometimes I said, only that? That is so little, you know. But we just have to adjust and be temperate, you know. But sometimes I just feel like you know more, but you know, you have to be temperate, and you're not supposed to eat after a certain time. Right now I eat just 2 meals per day. 2 meals. Yes. And sometimes if I feel a little later, I might have something very light. But only 2 meals per day. And it is also good for those who are diabetic, you know. 2 meals per day is good for those who are to keep your sugar level down. It is said that those who are diabetic, they are to eat 5 small meals a day. But no, that is you know, you're putting too much pressure on the body. Yes, I'm ready. And too much sugar, 5 meals a day, they're building up the sugar level, glucose level, and causing your blood pressure to, you know, the glucose level to go up. So 2 meals is good for, you know, everybody, most so diabetic persons. Yes. And your meals are supposed to be 5 hours between each meal. 5 hours between each meal, so that digestion takes its rightful place. Yes. Okay, you can go ahead now. Yeah, thanks. Oh. Okay, thanks. No, we're used to this. Okay, all right. How should we eat? Oh, yes. How should we eat? Knowledge in regards to proper food combination is a great word and is to be received as wisdom from God. That is coming from the prophetess. Our bodies are built up from the food we eat. There is constant breaking down of tissues and the cells of the body. Every movement of every organ involves waste. And this waste is repaired from the food we eat, and each organ of the body requires its shares of nutrients. It is a wonderful process that transforms the food into blood and uses this food to build up the various parts of the body. This process is going on continually, supplying the various organs with life and strengthens each nerve, tissues, cells, and muscles. Example of the blood flow. It's gone? It's not there. The PowerPoint, the YouTube, and can you increase the, yeah. I have a demonstration, a YouTube demonstration. I want you to see how the food goes around the body, or circulation. So it's going to, yeah. Okay, that is showing you how the circulatory system works in the body.
You'd feel your heart thudding away every time you put your hand to your chest. But do you have any idea what's really going on in there, or what keeps your heart ticking as it should? Every day, your heart beats about 100,000 times, sending 2,000 gallons of blood surging through your body. Although it's no bigger than your fist, your heart has the mighty job of keeping blood flowing through 60,000 miles of blood vessels that feed your organs and tissues. Food, water, and oxygen are essential for the existence of human life. Blood transports all these substances through various channels called blood vessels. Blood vessels involves arteries, veins, capillaries. To keep the blood flowing throughout our body, we have a pumping system, and the heart is the pump, which is composed of muscle that pumps blood throughout the body, beating approximately 72 times per minute of our lives. The human heart has 4 chambers: the right atrium, the left atrium, the right ventricle, and the left ventricle. There are 4 valves in the heart. These valves are tricuspid valve, mitral valve, aortic valve, pulmonic valve. These valves are one-way valves. Now, you have seen the structure of the heart. Let us find out how it works. The blood becomes oxygen-rich by absorbing oxygen in the lungs. The function of the heart starts when oxygenated blood is carried from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart by means of the pulmonary veins. The left atrium relaxes. This blood is pumped into the heart. When the left atrium contracts, the left ventricle relaxes simultaneously. The left atrium pushes the blood into the left ventricle through the one-way valve. When the left ventricle contracts, the blood is pumped into the aorta, which carries oxygenated blood to different parts of the body, except the lungs. Oxygenated blood reaches the different parts of the body through the blood vessels called the arteries. The arteries gets branched into capillaries, which then reaches to the different organs of the body. The blood then becomes deoxygenated, and the blood capillaries gets mixed and form thicker blood vessels called the veins. The veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart. The blood vessels that carry deoxygenated blood to the heart are known as the cava. The deoxygenated blood from different parts of body enters the upper right chamber of the heart, which is called the right atrium. The right atrium gets contracted, allowing the blood to flow into the right ventricle, which contracts with the expansion of the right atrium through the one-way valve. The right ventricle then contracts, pushing the blood into the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. The lungs oxygenate the blood by exchanging of gases, and it flows back into the heart through the pulmonary vein and starts the circulatory cycle all over again.
Every minute, every hour, while we are sleeping, it is working. We don't think about
respiratory
it.
system.
Right? You can stop now. Yes, that is a different one. So we are so fearfully and wonderfully made when we consider the awesomeness of God. We only can serve Him, don't it? Fearfully and wonderfully made. That's why we have to put the right thing in our bodies so that our arteries don't get clogged up, our veins don't get clogged up with all of these trans fat and the processed food. And when that happens, we put the pressure hard, to find a little space to go through the arteries and the so forth, and then eventually keep on putting these things and putting, the heart gets smaller and smaller until it clogged up. Kind of finding the space not to go through. And then you have a heart attack or strokes or be sick and go on. A doctor might have to take out that to do a bypass. And, yeah, so we have to just put the right thing. And for those with diabetes and so forth, you know, the insulin cannot get to take because the cell clogged up and all that. So we have to be careful what we put into our bodies. This temple of God, He wants us to take care of it. Somebody told me that. I was talking to the person, said, well, I almost died. You see, of course, we almost die. Some of us will live to see God comes, but we will die peacefully. Have you ever gone to the hospital and see people suffering? Suffering? The Lord does not want us to suffer. He said He comes to give us life so that we can have it more abundantly. Yes? So we have to suffer in the hospital. We will just go to sleep and we just sleep away. Because He wants us to have health. Yeah? As our soul prospers, He says, our health must also prosper. But we have to put the right things into our bodies in order to have health. Okay? Mr. Start over? Okay. Think it starts over? Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. I did that. Yes. You know, water is so essential, right, to all the processes in our body. Some of us do not drink water except we are thirsty. Oh, I feel thirsty, so, you know. But when we don't drink water on a regular basis, we are causing problems to our body because the organs need water to work, to process, to repair. And when there's not enough water, you have to take it from our bones. That's why many people have arthritis and can't walk because there's no water. The water has been depleted because the body, the organs have to extract it from other parts, sometimes our eyes, our bones, and all those things. So we have to drink our water. We have to drink at least 8 to 10 glasses. Ladies, they said, we drink a little less, but men drink more because, you know, they're more hardworking and, yeah, sweat and all this. Yeah, so we are to drink our water. When I get up in the mornings, first thing I drink my 2 glasses of water. And within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I rush to the bathroom. Cleanses this process that the waste that goes on through the night, your body repairs. While you sleep, you know, body is being repaired, and waste is let off, and but from the next day, right? So it cleanses, and then after breakfast, if I drink again, maybe half an hour before breakfast, but maybe I don't. I'll drink like my warm lemon water, 15 minutes or half an hour before breakfast, and then 2 hours after my meal, I drink my water. And I always have my bottle. Well, I don't bring it, I rush out. And you sup no in between meals. In between meal is water. Every 10 or 15 minutes, 2 or 3 mouthfuls. Yes? Until the next meal. 15 minutes before you eat. If you do not have any problem, if you are not diabetic, you can have your water. Diabetic persons, about half an hour before a meal. If you're okay, you can drink it 15 minutes before your meal, and then 2 hours after meal. No more water, 2 hours after, because you have to give digestion, the enzymes and everything to take its course. We're not to help it. Yes? We're not to wash down. We're not to eat and drink. Yes? Some of us, while we food it in our mouth and we are washing it down. No. The enzymes are there to digest the food properly, thoroughly. right? So that nutrients, we can get nutrients so that circulation, our blood will be pure, and all the nutrients have its work to do, so that we can be absorbed from food, so it can be beneficial to our bodies. And it may be hard, it's a bit hard at first for some of us to just, follow, but eventually the Lord will transform your taste bud and everything. Because I'm transformed, so I know everybody else can, You will. By the grace of God, it said we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Okay? Alright? Alright, with that, keep the organs healthy and arteries not blocked. Food should be chosen that best supply the elements needed for building of the body. In this choice, appetite and taste is not the best choice. According to 1 Corinthians 10:31, whether therefore we eat or drink or whatever we do, we are to do it to the glory of God. So whatever we put into our body, God must be glorified. But it's it doesn't belong to us. We are just caretaker. Yeah? So whatever we do is supposed to glorify Him. Yeah. Through wrong habits of eating, the appetite has become perverted. Often it demands food that impairs our health and causes weakness instead of strength. We cannot safely be guided by the custom of society. Ministry of Healing, page 295. There is a saying that goes, let food be the medicine. Food is supposed to be our medicine, heal our bodies. Right? The disease and suffering that are prevailing all over the world are largely due to popular errors in regard to diet. Right? A whole lot of error out there. I understand that the person that invented Kentucky is a vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat, but he invented it for us just to be rich get rich from of us. So we have to be careful what we buy, where we buy, what we eat. It is not well to eat fruit and vegetable at the same meal. If the digestion is feeble, the use of both will often cause distress and inability to put forth mental effort. It is better to have fruit at one meal and vegetable at another. Concern diet and food. So when we do our salad, we don't mix it, we don't have our cabbage, our lettuce, our tomato, our cucumber, cucumber and tomato fruits. I didn't know until lately. So we don't have mix up all of those together. Funny, eh? Yes, but it is fruit. A balanced diet. Eating a healthy, balanced diet and consuming the right amount of food is an important part of maintaining good health. To build a balanced meal, you should choose one or two food from each of the food groups: carbohydrates, protein, vegetables, fruits, and healthy fats, right? And when we eat, most times we don't think about the food groups. We just get some rice and holy rice and dumpling, and that's it. And we have, a little piece of protein there, and that's it. Yeah? So we have to be cautious, be careful when we prepare our meals. Make sure they're coming from each of those food groups. All right? This is a example of what we can do when we prepare our meals. All right, for instance, we're preparing our breakfast. If you're going to have a fruit breakfast, then you'll have your fruits. You might have it 3 to 5 servings. And it all depends. I should have cut down to 5. I think 5 would be too much, especially for the diabetic persons. You would not have so many fruits. Yeah. And you can have your whole grain, your cereal, and you have to be careful with your sugar. You can use your fruit to sweeten your cereal, or you can use honey or molasses to sweeten your cereal. And you can, in your cereal now, you'll have your flax seed. You can put your flax seed, your sesame seed, pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seed is very good, I understand, for men, for your prostate. You can put your pumpkin seed and your sesame seed, etc. Yes, chia seed. Be careful not to grind your flax seed. It's better to do it freshly. If you grind it not for more than 1 day, you can put it in the fridge. But over it loses potency, so you don't grind it and leave it for a month. No, you don't buy the one that is grounded. Do it freshly. Yes. So yeah, the nutrients, the benefit from it, because it is same as omega-3. Yeah. So you get the benefit from it, vitamin B, etc. Right? You can sprinkle that over your breakfast and your pumpkin seed. Yes. So that can be for your breakfast. And you can have something. You don't have to have that alone. Depends on how much cereal you can add to that. You can have a slice of or 2 or 3, not much, whole wheat grain bread. So you can get the fiber from it. Or you can use your natural butter on it, or you can use olive oil in it, or you can just eat it like that. At the end of your meal now, you'll have a handful. Yeah. If it is more than a handful, let go the rest. It doesn't belong to you. Your feet must close and hold it. Your nuts, right? The peanut, use it sparingly because that have more fat. So you can leave it out or you can use it sparingly. Maybe 4 seeds and walnuts. So you must always close it, not more than that. So if you don't have, those of us who eat meat, right, you would not eat this, but eventually we will all be cutting off the meat, so we won't have any problem. Go again. The protein, you can have more than one. For instance, you can have 2 peas or 3, but you don't want to have too much. You can have your 2 peas with your
I'm saying I was once told by a medical doctor that you're not to mix the almond and the cashew all together and the pumpkin seed because of the same enzyme reactions.
Okay, I've never heard that. Okay, we, as a Seventh-day Adventist, we teach from 3, right? Concept from the Bible, the prophecy, and from good science. There are many science out there, but you have to know, because even they're saying diabetes, those with diabetes must eat 5 small meals a day, 5 meals a day. That is going to just send up hike the glucose level. Oh, yeah, come. Yes, a question, good, right? And it is also said that B12 does not, we cannot get B12 from anything else but from the animal. Right? God said, the prophecy says, all the grains and the nuts, Genesis 1:29, all of the herbs, all the nutrients, everything our body needs can be got from those, right? But they say that it's only B12. From the beginning of creation, remember Adam and Eve, Satan deceived Adam and Eve, saying that God don't know what himself man. You shall not die. So the same thing happens to us today. He deceived Adam and Eve, and he tried it with Jesus. Jesus overcame for us, and he's deceiving us today. And that's why we're so sick. Recently, before I came up, Seventh-day Adventist seems to be sick more than anybody else. My church sister, she died of colon cancer, and these things are silent killer. She did not realize, maybe she had it for 10 years going on, not knowing, because she eating this and eating that, and didn't know that she was sick. And eventually, she eventually realized something is going on, because she just started losing weight, but she's not feeling the pain, just losing weight. And then when she went and she took the test, realized she had colon cancer, and it's stage 4, it's all powerful, stage 4. They were trying her, she was trying the herbal thing, but apparently it's too far, and she can't wait on the pain and so forth. So she went to the doctor, and we want a quick fix, but God's remedy is not a quick fix. Yeah? And they wanted a quick fix, and she went, and they operated on her. They operated on her like Friday, and the next Saturday, Sabbath even, we heard she died. Yeah? So our bodies, there's so many, even yes, let me take it. Yes.
So first of all, when you said that a healthy, balanced diet contains of things like fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats or so, are you saying that dairy can't be incorporated into a healthy, balanced diet?
Dairy? Well, dairy is for the cow babies, not for human beings. No, I would not, I understand children that develop type 1 diabetes is from dairy. Because the parents, the mother, some mothers do not give the baby the breast. Some reasons, some said the breast is going to be long, some I don't know. Some don't want the breast to, fall and etc. And so they give the baby the serum that has milk, cow's milk in it, and cow's milk, and the body is not right. And then the milk, which the pancreas destroy the pancreas, right? And so now that child, and it is mainly in children, and it is really found out most times when they're about 10 years old. So that time the pancreas is already destroyed, right? So type 1 diabetes in children cause from the cow's milk, I understand. Early, feeding on cow's milk. And that cannot be corrected because the pancreas is completely destroyed. So little children have to be taking insulin for the rest of their life. So it is not good for.
So avoid it completely?
Pardon?
So avoid it completely?
Yes, avoid it completely. There are other milks out there, but we also have to read. Because the other day I bought some milks, almond and coconut. And I was so glad when I didn't read it. And when I went home, I used it and one man said, read. When I read, way around to the back. On the front it said big almond coconut. And to the back of it, a little fine dairy and whatever. Yeah? So we have to read. We have to read. Yes, thank you.
Sources of B12.
Source of B12,
Yeah.
olive greens, spirulina, what is Irish marsh.
Oh.
Spirulina
I'm happy you
others.
mentioned that because most of the people don't know about spirulina and chlorella, and if they use Irish moss, is the one that's processed and in the tin.
No, if they use the real one that
No,
comes
this,
from.
this is, yeah.
Okay.
Mushrooms, I know, is another good source of B12. And the reason I asked too is that a lot of vegetarians are B12 deficient. My mom was vegan for years, and I mean, she was so severely B12 deficient, they had to give her a B12 shot. But being vegetarian and stuff,
Have to
it's a
know.
good thing, but you need to know, you need to be
Yeah.
informed. You really need to be informed. So you can just cut and say, okay, I don't eat meat, and you really don't have anything planned out to make sure you're getting the
Yeah.
nutrients and stuff like that. You really have to know what you're doing.
Oh yes, you have to be informed. You have to be informed. Yes, that is true. And yes, as I said, many of us eat it, but we're not getting nutrients from what we're eating because we're not informed how to prepare the various meals. Oh yes, all day, oh yes. And you see, we don't use it. I've seen a lot in Cayman here. A lot is in Jamaica, but don't use it. I use it sometimes. I would take off the leaves and put it to dry. You have to put it to dry in the cool, not in sun. Put it in your tray with a towel and leave it in the house or near the window or so. And it dry, and when it falls off the leaves, I grind it up, and use it in my smoothie or in my soup, so forth. And some people boil it, make it and drink it as water, put it in the fridge. But I mean to use it in my smoothie. Yes, yes, it has all the minerals. Yes, thanks for God that. But we must use this to have. They're using it, but they're exporting it. Because it is in America, they sell it in the powder and in the bags. Yes. Well, you can eat it in about more tasty when you put it in your smoothie and soup and porridge. Yes, you can do anything with it. Yes. Or you can do it in a callaloo. What I do sometimes in my callaloo and cabbage, I cook my callaloo, and then at the end of it, I just throw some in there, stir it, cover it up, and let it, and eat it. You don't cook it out. You just cook your callaloo or your cabbage at the end of it, and you don't cook out your callaloo or cabbage until they're green, dry, and black. You steam. Yeah? You steam it, turn it over 2-3 times, and that's it. And then you put your meringue on.
Sometimes the leaf or the blossom, I blend it with half a banana and drink it.
Oh, I've never used the blossom. What do you say?
Blossom is very good.
Oh, I never used it. Always the yes. Okay, I must try it. Okay. And move on if nothing else. All right. And as I said, go sparingly with your nuts, just a handful. First time before I started the mission, I was a lover of cashew. And when I open a tin, I don't put it down until it's finished. Yeah. But now I know better. I don't do that anymore. So be sparing. Because adults, we don't need much protein, because we don't grow anymore, you know. So we don't need a big plate of meat and bowl of here. We don't need much, just a handful. Yeah. Smoothie. You can use your fruit smoothie for your breakfast. You can use your oats and your pumpkin. You can blend your oats and pumpkin together. You can sweeten it with a little honey molasses or ripe banana or ripe plantain also is a sweetener. You can blend up everything with it to get your sweetener if you don't have honey or molasses. Right, and you put your flaxseed, sesame seed, chia seed, pumpkin seed. Yeah, grind it up with it and put it in. Okay. For a sample of a fruit meal. Suppose you're doing a fruit meal. Yes.
Okay, first of all, do you know any sources of heme iron? Heme iron.
Neem.
Heme.
Neem.
H-E-M-E.
H-E-M-E. Iron.
Maybe so.
No, I don't know that. What is it, Daddy? What is that? Is it some? Oh, Daddy. Mommy. Yes, he's asking about heme iron. You know what is that? H-E-M-E.
Hemoglobin molecule, yeah. So I don't know if anything that has iron would have that.
Okay.
Oh, there are two. There's
Oh.
there's
You
this
see,
one. I
Mommy.
think it's some other. But there are two types of iron supplements. One is easily absorbed, and one isn't so easily absorbed. I think that's what he's talking about. Yes. So he's asking for the source of the one that's easily absorbed. As far as I know, any green vegetable would have that.
The
And
iron.
molasses and stuff like that would have that type.
Okay. Okay. And you have to be careful of the supplement iron. Too much of it, not good. Yeah.
Yes, I was saying that I see you have ackee and stew peas up there.
About one time, you know.
I know, but for Sunday morning breakfast, it's a customary to have my ackee and like a green banana or a slice of yellow yam.
Yeah.
So I see you have like half a serving up there. How much is half a serving?
Oh, I put the serving. A serving is one, right? For men and women, and then might have more, but a serving is just one piece closed, or not open wide. Yes, one serving. But not everybody. But you would not have just yam alone. You can have like a banana with it. Your 3 fingers banana, the yam, or you have your sweet potato with it. Another serving of a sweet potato, right? But you don't have like one, yeah. You can have, and try not to have too many carbohydrate food at one meal, yeah. So you have your banana with it, or your pumpkin, that is less one. Send up your blood sugar, yes. So you have to know how to blend and how much, yes. Okay. All right. And be careful of soy is very good, but because they're GMO, I mean GMO now, you have to be careful. I plant my own soybeans, so if you can do that and have your own soy, the whole meal, it's fine. But you have to be careful. Make sure if you buy your soy, it says non-GMO. Okay. All right, sample 3.
Sorry. I just want to ask about coconut water, because I don't really like coconut milk.
You, what again?
I want to ask about coconut water, because I really don't like coconut milk.
Yes.
If I can substitute in some of those smoothies.
Yes, of course, because you don't even have to use milk in a smoothie. You can use this sunflower seed. Sometimes my sunflower seed is my milk. I just blend up everything and in your oats and so forth, and you do. But if you want a sweetener, you can use the coconut water, of course, as a sweetener. Yes. You can use the sunflower seed for your milk. And you can use rice milk, cook it and blend it up. You don't have to use those milk or your coconut milk. Most time I use my coconut milk too. Blend it and use it in my smoothie. Yes?
I know that vitamin K is like the vitamin that helps your blood clot, and your body can get it from certain cheeses, like cheese, but what's a healthier way to gain vitamin K?
The cheese, for instance, the dairy has not encouraged, the dairy cheese. Yes, they have vegetarian cheese, yes, but most of these cheeses are dairy, so try not to do too much of the dairy product because it's not good. And we can get the vitamin K from other green leafy vegetables. Yeah. Also kale, spinach, and support. Yes. So use most of the for instance, most of us when we're having our, we barely use vegetables. We barely, just a little. If we do, just a little groups, and the plate is full of other things. Half the plate must be vegetables. We have a plate, I think I have one there. I have a plate, it's divided into two. This side is half. Half of the plate is to be vegetables only, fully vegetables. The next half divides into two. Half over here for your carbs and half for your protein. So your meal, the vegetables must be most. That's where you get your minerals and all the nutrients from. Your vegetables, your green leafy vegetables, your plate must be half. One thing I like with the Americans, when they eat, when you go to the restaurant, eat all you can and so forth, or even at home, they have a bowl of salad. A bowl, even though sometimes they mix it up with fruits and vegetables, but they have a bowl of salad. And when you eat that, you hardly can eat anything else. They already felt, So half of your meal is supposed to be vegetables. You get your nutrients.
Is there a danger in eating too much ackee for those of us who love ackee?
Too much of everything is bad.
No, but is there an issue in eating it twice per week? Is that too much?
No.
Because I've heard that's linked to prostate.
Yes, I was just going to say for the men I understand. But the reason why I understand, because in Jamaica, I don't know what came out, when they cook ackee, or when we used to, because I used to do it too, the oil is just swimming. And ackee is already full of oil, naturally. Yeah? And then we just cook swimming. I understand that is what is bad, mainly for the men, the prostate. So we have to be with our oil. Yeah?
Said that the reason why the thought process linking prostate cancer to ackee is because per capita, Jamaican men seem to have the highest rate of prostate cancer. And so because ackee is such a popular thing in Jamaica, they're linking it to that. Also, they've linked it also to the KFC because Jamaica has the most KFC restaurants per square mile. You know, so I don't know if there's any scientific evidence.
Excuse me. What they're linked to sex?
Yes, to prostate, no, prostate cancer. So I don't know if there's any scientific evidence linking it, or it's just the thought process that because Aki is so popular in Jamaica and prostate cancer is so high in Jamaican men. So I've spoken with a couple of doctors who, you know, as far as they're concerned, the thought process is not really a scientific study that has proven such.
Well, I heard it that it's, you know, bad for men, yes, and I've heard that because of how it is prepared, yeah, and KFC, they use a lot of hydrogenated oil, fat and all that, trans fat, and you know, when they do their French fries, you know, they on it, a big pot of oil. When it is fried, they put these chips in a big pan and straight off, then more chips in that oil. Tomorrow morning, the same oil, amount, same oil. And you know, when oil is eaten, it forms all kind of chemical, yes, and so that chemical not good for us. So most of our illness is from those processed food that we're eating, you know that. So many people have cancer and all those things all over the world, you know. It's not only Jamaica or Cayman, all over the world. And I went to America the other day, KFC and burger, and one street, you have about 3-4 of them. Huh? All over the world. So this processed food is killing us. Yeah? Somebody.
So I'd like to know from which vegetable we get calcium.
We get calcium from mostly all of our vegetables. All of our green leafy vegetables. From kale, from spinach, from almost all of the vegetables. Yes, the seeds. And from seeds.
I'm just saying that sesame seed is a high source of calcium.
Yeah, yes, most of the seed, pumpkin seed too. Pumpkin seed, yes. So for most of the seeds, we get all of those things, along with some vegetables.
So, when you said that the KFC and other fast food joints use hydrogenated oils and that they have trans fat, so how does the oil get hydrogenated? Is it by frying it?
By heating, yes. Yes. Very intelligent command.
So when you eat, the oil gets hydrogenated?
No, when it is being processed, the oil, the chemical, the form, yes. It's not good for our bodies. All right, we can move on.
Oh, one more question. In regarding to portion, everyone seems to have an issue with portion. The portion? The amount of food that they eat. So I have learned, I did food and nutrition back in high school, and they told us that we could eat from a blue plate. It tends to trick the mind, and I don't remember exactly what they said, but I remember that it tricks the mind. Like, you could have a small portion and feel full. So you can read that.
Everyone get a blue plate. Okay. Okay. Alright. This is another sample, like for your dinner or your lunch. You can have your raw salad, or if it's going to be fruits or vegetables, whichever one you prefer, in your bowl. 3 to 5 servings, depends. You can, vegetables you can eat a lot, but fruits, no, you have to, not too much because of this. Even though it's natural, some fruits are very, very sweet, so that can spike your glucose. Yeah, you can have the fruits steamed or vegetables. You know the fruits that can be steamed? You know the fruits? That are vegetables, I think I have them up there. The okra, I like that. Okra and tomato, onion and stuff, I like that. Just, very nice. Right? Those are your pumpkin, no. I have them up there. We see them when we go. Yes? Right? I didn't put the amount there, but I should have put. Your starch, your grain, your ground pavilion, shall be yam and potato, etc. And or your brown rice. You can choose any of those up there and have the rice service, but make sure if you're going to have your vegetables, you have a filling so that you don't overheat on the others. Yeah? Right? Or your pasture ground rice. Their protein, you can have your legumes, soya beans. Not loaf, you can make your loaf with nut or with your beans. You can have your fat. You can use your coconut. You can use coconut to end your meal also instead of the nuts. You can use a piece of coconut. Yeah. Or you can eat a slice of pudding also. Mike?
Just real quick, in support of what Abigail just said regarding the blue plate, there is some science in it, so you can Google it for those who are interested. It can help to keep you slim because of the effects that the color blue has on the mind. Makes you eat less.
Okay, thanks. Okay. All right. This is what your plate is supposed to look like. Half of your plate is supposed to be vegetables. Or if you're having fruits. But you're not the sweet fruit. Yeah, more about 2 or 3 serving, but you choose the less sweet fruit. Then the next half divide into 2. Your carbohydrates. You don't have to have just what is there, but I could not find a better plate. And then I have the protein there. So ensure that half of your plate is vegetables. It says the perfect plate, well, I'll show you. Carbohydrates is telling you what are some of the carbohydrates, yeah, and the proteins, right? And your fats, okay.
So I realized that a lot of the meal examples that you have there, they consist of things like you should eat half of the plate, you have vegetables, then another quarter nuts, and another quarter other stuff like that. What if you're a person who likes more complex foods, like foods that can be cooked, or like foods that you have to do more complex cooking process to create? What about someone who likes those kind of foods?
Yes, ma'am. You cook your food. Yeah. You can have the food cooked, and you can have food that is almost all the hard food you have to cook. You have some that you don't have to cook, but most of the food have to be cooked. Mm-hmm. Some of them is steamed, barely. Some you don't cook it out so that it's soft and all the nutrients, like your pumpkin. You would not cook it very soft until it's saggy. Yeah? Yeah.
And are there is it bad for you to eat things like tofu or seitan or tempeh?
Tofu, yes and no. You have to be careful of the tofu because some of them are being GMO, they're using chemical in them, etc. So you have to be careful of the one you buy. Make sure it says organic or non-GMO organic. Although organic, I told my sister when I was in the States, I'm buying organic because she doesn't buy the GMO. And I've seen a tomato as big as my head. Yes, true. Organic, GMO. And I said, no, I don't know that. And she said, really? I said, well, this cheaper. Yes, the organic ones are very expensive. But our health is more expensive, We don't have to eat it every day. But at least I make sure I buy my organic food. Because I have my own money and buy organic. Because they're so potato, big. I've never seen such big potatoes. Tomatoes is big and the things are, and they're very cheap. Very cheap. And that's what most people go for because it's cheap and it's food. They don't know the difference. Yeah, my sister, she does eating it, but I don't buy it. I buy my own. When she gone to work, I just buy my food and eat it. I don't eat that. I can't eat those food. I was dying to go back home. I can't take those food.
When you say about GMO foods, you mean like, by GMO, you mean when they take the gene from another organism and put it in the...
But mom, you're teaching well, It's about, yes. Chemical, etc.
So because I've read from, well, I've watched a lot of videos that saying that technically many of the foods we eat aren't necessarily natural because like foods like corn, they originally came from the teosinte plant and now they're 1.5 times sweeter, 1,000 times bigger than it was before. And strawberries, originally they were white and they were more sweeter, but because of selective breeding, we bred the ones that had qualities you wanted, and then they resulted in what they are today. There are many others that are like that, like watermelon and so on.
Oh yes, you're well learned. Very good. Yes, and some of those foods are giving us those foods sickness all over. That's why I've seen so many sickness the world over. Yeah, I don't know the food we're eating. We have to start planting our home in our backyard, plant up our backyard. Okay. Vegetables, right? Fruits and vegetables. I said that, not to mix. Yes. All right, we talk about that. Mineral, most people talk about the minerals that we get from it. Mixing fruit and vegetable. But be careful not to mix your fruits and the vegetable in the same meal. Yeah, just tell you what fruits are. Pumpkin, tomatoes, cucumber, okra. Choose anything with seeds are fruits. Some of them can be cooked, some no. Yeah. Sweet pepper, yes, I left that out. Sweet pepper, yes. Yes, anything else I left out? Sweet pepper, that's it? Okay, right. And we know the vegetables. I just put a few. We all know most of them. Anything else is vegetables. I didn't know that while I was going through. There are two categories, fruits and vegetables. Everything else, your yam, your potato, is classified in fruits. But there are different tubers, roots, and so forth, but they're all classified as vegetables. So you have the leafy one, the cabbage, the broccoli, and so forth. Okay, this is just a pyramid, but it's not very clear. Yeah, it's not very full of the food pyramid, raw food and herbs. I could not get it any bigger. I was trying, but yes. Says study shows that mixing the leafy greens and any of the medical foods and protein amino acid section of is telling that in the pyramid, the herbs can be mixed with all the other vegetables that are there. Yeah, because you use your parsley in your food, all the herbs can be used. All right, so talking about the mixing of the vegetables. I was set, right, could be grouped into two, right? The vegetables that are edible and the ones that are roots and tubers and stem and leaves. All the others are classified as vegetables. So we have fruits and vegetables, but they have only the different structure shows the difference. Telling about the root vegetables, yes, beets and sweet potato, etc. You have some that run along, right? Those are tubers. And tubers, vegetables which grow on the ground, yes, the yam, the sweet potatoes, Irish, cassava, dasheen, cocoa, or the taro. Cocoa is the same as taro. Some vegetables are source, okay, we talk about that too. Leafy ones, talk about that. The flower, these are flower, the cauliflower and the broccoli. Fruits, yes, corn, tomato, etc. Seed vegetables, the bean, the pigeon peas, etc., mung bean, etc. Here talk about soaking your grains. It is important, we spoke about it earlier on, the phytic acid that is in the grains to be soaked. Well, I used to just heat my nuts and I think about realizing that we're not getting all of the nutrients from it. So it's best to soak it overnight and then you can have, that is cashew nuts. It's best to soak your almond, your cashew, etc. in order to release before you eat it, in order to release, yes. Yeah, they said it's better in order to release the nutrients from it, the mineral nutrients and so forth. It's better to soak them. I never know like the cashew. I'll soak my cashew if I'm going to make, yeah, and I want it to get soft. But then I didn't know that to eat it, it's best to soak it. You will get the nutrients from it, but not much. If you soak it, you release it better. Yeah, it's just like the cabbage. I understand the cabbage is good for arthritis pain. But what you have to do, you have to release the energy from it, beat it with a wooden spoon or something that will break it up much. Beat it many times. You can go all up the feet. You just beat all, get 4 leaves and you beat them, and then you put it on your knee and you put your paper towel on it and your plastic wrap to keep it and go to bed. And the nutrients that it absorbs, that it released, it helps the pain, pull the pain while you sleep. Yeah. So most of these things have to be released, energy from it, in order to be benefited to us. You have to soak your nuts so that you can neutralize the enzymes, inhibitors, and help to release the beneficial enzymes or nutrients that are trapped inside the nuts that your bodies need. Yeah? The superpower protein molecules known as enzymes work in your bodies much the same way the electrical current illuminates a light. Right? If we turn on this light now, there's no power in it, right? In order to get the power, what you have to do, turn on the light. You don't have to get the light. I'm coming. So the same thing with the nuts. It said, although the light bulb is in itself a wonderful physical structure without electric, it is, I don't know why, right? Simple cannot fulfill its purpose. Similarly, the human body cannot operate without, right, that fuel all our physical function, including cell division, digestion, hormonal balance, etc. So it's just like the light bulb. Yes? You have to turn it on for the energy to, yeah. So you have to release it. Yes. Just a minute. And, yeah.
So, what would you consider, what fats would you consider are healthy? What fats would you consider healthy?
Unsaturated fat. Olive oil. Oh, yeah, olive oil, your coconut oil, your avocado oil, yeah. All the, yeah. For instance, they say the vegetable oil is, I don't know what makes the vegetable oil, but we can know what makes the olive oil. Comes from olive, the coconut comes from coconut. Yeah, so those oils are the best. The corn oil, not bad, but because of the GMO, just have to, yeah.
So, so you're saying that all saturated fats are unhealthy?
They come from dairy and from unhealthy source, yes. So best to use the one that we really, coconut and olive.
How long should we soak the nuts for? How long?
Oh, yeah, I'm going
What
to
amount
tell you.
of time?
Yes, it's there. Yeah, it's there. Vegetables, okay. I'm sure very limited. All right. It is there for a while. Let's go down. We get it. Nuts produce more than just, okay. Nuts produce more than just protein. Yeah, I thought it was just protein. Yes, but everyone seems to think we all need an abundance of it. It is very important to soak your nuts and seeds before preparing your meals. All your seeds, yes, we're going to tell you. All your peas and beans, it's either to be soaked or to baked. Or, when I heard for 3 hours, peas and beans, nuts maybe more. But I was taught, I can bake my meat for 3 hours, I was going to finish my gas. So I was told, no, what you do, you turn the oven up so it's heated, and you turn it down low. I mean, if you're using a gas or so forth, cook it for 3 hours, right? So to cook it 3 hours, you let it come to a boil, and then you turn it low, and then it stay there for 3 hours, and you don't use more gas, and then you turn it down. So you turn it down. And what I did also, but I was told this not, but I soak it overnight, and then I put it in the pressure cooker, and it starts to sing. I turn it off and leave it. And if the power of the pressure cooker is there, sometimes it cooks it, and if it does not, I take off the cover and turn up back the stove, let it boil up back, and then turn it very low and leave it there. The peas and nuts, I'm going to tell you. They're different, all right? I see the same thing about the nut, all right? These are the time that it tells for each nut. Some, I don't know the alfalfa seed. Anybody knows that? I don't know it. Okay, that is 12 hours. That is the time, 3 to 5 days you're going to, but that is soaking, that is soaking. Not, if it was baked, they're just talking about soaking there. So if it's baked, it would be less, yeah? But to soak it, you're going to use it for, Sabbath coming, you start soaking it. You soak it, and you can cook it, and then package it and put it in a refrigerator, then you use it, yes? Your almond, you say soak it 1 to 3 days, you're going to use, so you always have, sprout. Yes, so sprouting, yes, I'm looking at the wrong time. Yes, soak time over this side, sprouting. It is good also to have them sprout, it's better, understand. Yes. All right. So that is the length. Yeah. The cashew, 3 hours. So it seemed hard to us because we don't used to this. We don't used to, these things. We don't used to buy and put in our mouths, But to get the full benefit, they said, soak or baked, Yes, come in, let me see.
And to comment on her question, I heard from a video that, like, for example, if you're making something like cashew milk or cashew cream or something, the longer you soak the cashews for, the more creamier your milk or cream is going to be.
Yes. Very good. Yes.
Yes, just a note on some of the peas, especially our red peas. Normally when I'm using it, I normally soak the red peas for 12 hours. Reason being, there are some enzymes in that peas that our bodies totally cannot absorb. So normally you put it to soak at least 12 hours. And they said that when you're cooking it, that white thing that is bubbling, you don't turn it on that it stops. You let it continue to evaporate, and as you continue to cook it, you add a little bit of ginger, going along that it can help the eggs and sauce.
That is true because when I don't soak peas properly, I baked it and I soak it just overnight. I just soak it before I cook it, maybe 3 hours or so. And when I have that, I get a lot of gas. So you know that. Yeah. Give her the mic, please.
No, I'm saying when you soak it for at least 12 hours, that first water, you drain it. You don't use that. Okay.
Yes, you don't use the first water. Yes. So, we have to, it seems hard to get the full benefit from what we eat. We really have to do that. Go through the process.
Quick question. So in reference to what you're just saying, when you throw away the water that the peas actually soaks in, so you mentioned soaking the peas to neutralize, that was the word? Some of the enzyme or the nutrients. Is it that after you throw away that water, if it, that the nuts or the peas has enough nutrients after all that soaking?
Yes, You notice at times when you throw that first water, it smells bad when it's bad. So that to go down, you can't go that first. It smells bad.
Sorry, to add a little bit of color to the conversation. When my dad was ill for the last time, we had to change his diet because his kidneys were impaired. They were failing. And I asked the nutritionist, well, what do we feed him? And when you have poor kidney function or in kidney failure, potassium is your enemy. So she said we had to take him off things that were potassium rich. And I said to her, well, we carrying people, we're going to eat yam, peas, but we're not cutting down. What can we do? So she said that everything that we had to give Dad, we had to soak the night before and throw off the water. And the reason being is that we reduced the potassium content in the yam, in the potatoes, in the peas, so he could eat it without hurting his kidneys. So I'm just saying that for those who are sensitive to that.
So it's good to soak and throw away. I usually just soak quickly before I cook and then use everything. But now I know better not to. Okay, move on. There's another part. Another flaxseed, 6 hours. I don't know the first seed. What's that? Yeah. Yes, kale seed, lentils. The oats that we get from the shop to be soaked or baked, not soaked, baked. Peanuts, 8 to 12. For us to get the good benefit, you know, we have to sacrifice. You know, it's better to do that than we have to go to the doctor and spend all our life savings. Half of when we don't do the right thing, half of what we work belongs to the doctor, and the next half is for ourselves to pay light bill, water. We cannot buy good food, you know. We have to buy this cheaper food. We don't have enough money after we. I have a co-worker. She's much younger than I am, and she has a box of pill. Yeah, have to be taken every day. She have arthritis. She have, I don't know, all the tests she has. And then she goes to the doctor, and then that medication maybe give her another side effects. Because I don't know if she's taking some pills for a young age. And then you talk to her, don't do that. She loves the coffee and the sugar and the milk. Her coffee have to have sugar and milk. Yeah? And she just, yeah. And we talk about my grandmother, my mother drinking that and nothing after her suffered. Rome was built in a day in Jamaica, ever said it's not one day leaf drop, water, right? It takes years at times to show up. Yeah? And it does show until it becomes chronic. That's the time. So we have to be careful. Yeah? But she's too young for so much pain. She's on pills. Yeah. There's another pecan. Pistachio walnuts. So I start soaking, because most times you soak them overnight and go to your bed. If you have a slow cooker, just put in your peas overnight, plug it in, put it in, and go to bed and wake up. Just cook it. You know? And move on. Pardon? No, when you're baking it, when you're cooking it, yes. To bake the oven, put it in a slow cooker. Move on. The peas 3 hours. Bake it for 3 hours. What I do, I just do a lot and then package it out and put them in the freezer. So I just take a package each time I want.
What do you do with baked peas?
With rice and peas like here.
So when you bake the peas, you then stew it or cook it in rice and peas?
Yeah, man. You bake it just to release the phytic acid. You just put it in the oven or in your
So this is after you soak it, you bake it?
No, you don't soak. If you're going to bake it, don't soak. You just bake it.
You bake dry peas?
Yes. Just put it in there. You can put it in the oven, put it out in your baking tin, put it in the oven, bake it, and then cook it.
But that can't cook. I mean, like, if I take dry peas and bake it for 3 hours.
No, sorry, not the peas. Your oats. The oats is baked. And
so
your
you don't
rice
bake
and
peas?
stuff. No, you don't bake peas. You just cook it. You just cook it. You just the peas. Yes, you just cook the peas for 3 hours. Right. No, it all depends on the peas too. No, you don't. You're going to turn it very low. You bring the water to boil, and then you turn it very low. No, it's not. Because this stove is going to be very low, you know. You put it to a boil, and sometimes when it see some of those, it's still tough after 3 hours. Yeah, still tough after 3 hours. You have to turn up the gauge a little bit more after 3 hours sometimes. Yeah. Like lentils, you know, maybe. But then you just put that in soup. Where's the mic? Mike?
What about using the pressure cooker to cook the peas?
Yes, I understand it's not the best. Just like the microwave, it's not best for a pressure cooker. I understand, because I said that, but they said no. because it should take out all nutrients too. He said no. It's just like the microwave is not good for us. He said the pressure cooker is not good. But what I do, I like put it in the pressure cooker. As it give the ring, I turn it off. As it pee, I just turn it off and leave it. Don't open it or anything. Leave it and it will just. I do that sometimes when I'm rushing, you know, when I'm rushing. Okay? All right. Isaiah 55 verse 2 says, why do you spend your money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which does not satisfy? Listen diligently to me, and eat what is good, and delight yourself in rich food. Isaiah 55 verse 2. Corinthians 10:31 said, whether therefore we eat or drink or whatever we do all to the glory of God. So God wants us, I think this is the end. So God wants us to be healthy. He said he comes that we might have life and have it more abundantly. And he wish above all that we be in health as our soul prosper. So he wants us to be healthy. And in Deuteronomy, I think it says that to the children of Israel, and he's saying to us today, if we give ear to his commandment and what he says, he will not put none of those diseases on us. And when we do what he asks us to do and we're supposed to do, he will do the rest for us. As long as we make efforts, he will do the rest. I remember when there was chick-fil-A, I don't know if you had it here, chick-fil-A, and everybody in my house got it, and I attended to all of them, and I didn't have it. But I tried to eat healthily and to do what, you know, and I didn't catch it, because it is, the food that we're eating, it most does not build your immune system. And if your immune system is weak, everything that passes by, you're going to catch it. And nowadays, they're making a lot of diseases for us, putting it out there for us. So we have to make sure that our immune system is strong. We build our immune system so that it can stop when these enemies come around, because they're enemies. We will not catch any of these. So we just have to trust God. And it might not be easy. It might not be easy. It's not going to be easy for none of us, because to just change over like that. But little by little, because our taste bud, is spoiled from the beginning with these type of food. The two things that are, because one of my co-workers, even the one that died, was trying to put on the vegetarian food, but it tastes bad, At first, it will have a different taste from what we used to, but eventually the Lord is transforming your taste. So we just have to try. We know what is good for us and what is not good. So let us try and ask the Lord to help us to do the right thing so that our health can be flourished. And when we die, when the Lord is ready to take us, he will just take us without any suffering and pain. Every day, pain, arthritis pain, blood pressure pain, cancer pain, all kind of pain. Yes? So we just have to obey, and he will do the rest for us.
So would you say that there are any health benefits in not eating meat as compared to a vegetarian diet? And if so, do you think that, never mind. So do you think that you have better health if you don't eat meat?
All right. Meat is very toxic, one. And the meat in your days different from the meat in my days. Your meat in today's is a killer, right? There are all kind of hormones. Yes. Oh, I gave some of you. I don't remember if it's on that CD, but I have a CD that shows you everything in the warehouse, how the animals process, etc. And today what they're doing, the hormones, the chicken in my days usually take 6-7 weeks or months to come, because they just feed them on corn and the other little things from the kitchen. Nowadays they're using hormones, to inject the chicken, and 3 weeks they're ready for the Kentucky and the burger. Yes. And the other day we were on the road walking, exercising in Jamaica, and something smells very bad. And when we realized it's the chicken chuck, it was way ahead of what's gone and left the scent behind. Very stink. And shortly after another one, about 3-4 of them passed us into the fast food place. And the chicken there stink, and some of them seem so dead already. Yeah? So that is what we're putting in our bodies. And cow, beef, the same. Those things are toxic, and when it goes inside our bodies, that's where the problem. The Bible says it's not what we put in, but it's what comes out. The process that happens in there, and what comes out that sick us.
And also, so do you think that the mostly unsustainable ways that are terrible for the environment, that they prepare the meat, do you think that has any effect on our health too?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I sorry I didn't have that CD. I think the one I gave you. Anybody look at it yet? Anybody look at it? I think it does. There are 2 of them I have that shows how the animals, how they process, the warehouse, the fecal waste and all that. They just throw them down in there, and so those things are good for us anymore. The fish is the same. I saw where they take the fish from out the sea, they inject them, put hormones in them, and then put them back in the sea to go replace with the others, to pick them up quickly. Yes. So, we have to be careful. If we want to live healthy without any pain and agony before the Lord ready to take us, we have to be careful what we put in the temple. Because our body is the temple of God, and He wants us to keep it. He wants us to present it to Him as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Him. So we have to be careful. He said, whatever we eat or drink, we're to do it to His honor and glory. Okay? Thank you.
Well, I think that is a good note for us to end on. Whatever we eat, whether you, therefore you eat or drink or whatever you do it to honor the Lord. I hope that you're not now more confused than when you start to hear about it. Okay, so by now everybody should be clear as to what they should eat and how they should eat. And it's a good principle for us to learn to eat properly so that we can get the proper nutrients from the food that we eat so that we can live healthy and strong. Now we're going to stand and we're going to sing, Brother Perrin, trust and obey. We trust the Lord. I was looking for, but I can't find number. But when we walk with the Lord in the light of His word. Trust and obey, that song. I don't know if that's the title. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mrs. Cunningham for taking our time, our holiday, our vacation away from our family, and to be here with us to teach us these principles. I believe that if we learn one thing or we adapt one principle, you would have been satisfied, right? Right. So please, as you go this week, just remember, for example, sugar. We learn to eat sugar, and we can learn to eat sugar. Because if you know that sugar is a poison, sugar is addictive, it's toxic for our body. And when somebody gets cancer, first thing that they remove from the body is sugar. So please don't wait until you get cancer before you start to change your lifestyle. Let us start now so that we can live healthy and we can live happy and we can serve the Lord better and serve one another better. Pardon? That's natural. I'm talking about processed sugar. All right. Let us pray. Let's pray. Oh God and our Father, we thank you, Lord, for another day. We thank you, Lord, for Sabbath and for the blessing that you have given us today. As we go into this outside week, Lord, we do not know what the week holds. We know who holds the week. So we ask, Lord, that you hold our hand. Precious Lord, lead us. We pray, Lord, as we learn these principles, Lord, we will embrace them and that we live them so that our lives can be transformed day by day until we make it to heaven. Thank you again, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
The new start. Many of you were not here the other night when we did the new start. And remember your water. Take your water daily. Your exercise. It's very good. Even if, yes. We'll be having a cooking demonstration tomorrow at 4. Just nothing very hard. Simple little thing you can do for yourself. Yeah, so if you can make it tomorrow at 4, you can, right? Right here. Right, so remember your new stuff, your water. Do your exercise, very good. I prove it. And the other day I had a lot of fruits, a lot of mango in Jamaica. And then I tested my sugar and it was up. And I went to exercise when I got up in the morning. I tested it was up. And I went to exercise. When I came back, I sat down for a while and I tested it and it fell, drops. So exercise is good. Do your exercise. Do your go to bed time. Some of us who work in the night, you have to keep, because night weren't made for us to work, but we have to work. So make sure when you come home in the day, you get your sleep. Ensure that your room is dark. Turn off your phone, your radio, no disturbance, so you can get, because your body is supposed to be repairing when you sleep in the night. And you're missing that, so make sure you make up for it or else you're going to sick, right? And your nutrition, make adjustment, exercise for the eight laws of health and trust in the divine power of God. Your sunshine, get your sunshine, your fresh air. You leave for work early in the morning and you reach back home late at night. On weekends, get some sunshine. Go outside, even if you have to sit for a hour with your water beside you. Put on your hat, your long sleeve, your long pant or skirt, so that you do not get sunburned, so that your vitamin D can be restored. And so try at least. You can do all of it one time or one day. Try. The Lord bless your effort. Okay. Okay. Bye bye.